Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shai, Call Elohim Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom to the nation of Israel. This is Brother McCraw from Living Waters Church, and I'm going to get right into it. So this is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Right? So it says, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Right? Because why? Because you can have plenty of ways of being strong. Right? You could be strong in the flesh. Right? But it says, be strong in the Lord. Be strong in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? Be strong in endurance. Be strong in love. Right? Because that's what enduring is all about, right? Literally, matter of fact, let me see. Let me see. So Ephesians 6 and 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Right? So we have to be strong in the Lord, which the Lord is the Holy Spirit. Well, that's the Lord embodies the Holy Spirit. Love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, meekness, faith, goodness, compassion, mercy. The Lord embodies this. Right? So that's how you be strong in the Lord, by staying in those spirits. Right? Now, now it says be strong is because you have to endure. Okay, this is what we have to endure. Right, brother? Someone said, "Man, Lord willing, I endure." Well, this is what it means to endure is to remain in that spirit at all costs. Right? Somebody wants to get you out of that spirit, you don't feed into it. You stick to love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, meekness, faith, right, compassion, and mercy. You stick to these despite what's going on around you. That's how. And again, that goes into being blameless, because we got to be blameless. Being blameless when we stay in the spirit, right? You're only at blame once you go to the flesh, but once you stay in the spirit, you're absolutely blameless. Okay, because there is no fault with the spirit. So this is etymology of endure. It says to undergo or suffer, especially without breaking. Also to continue in existence. It says make hard, harden, to bear, to tolerate, to keep up, or to maintain. Right? And this is what's got to happen to us. We got to maintain the spirit. Right? We got to be made hard. We got to be hardened. Right? And you have to build up a tolerance, so when things happen, you can remain in the spirit. Okay, you gotta. That's why Peter was talking about being sober and being vigilant, right? So you can understand what's going on, right? Because when you don't understand what's going on, anything can happen. But you gotta understand what's going on. You gotta understand that Satan is constantly testing you, and he's pitting spirits on people all around you, right? But it's up to you to recognize those spirits. It's up to you to stay in the spirit and not allow spirits or anybody get you out of the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, which is love. Okay, not allow anybody to get you out of that. That's the name of the game. Satan is just playing his games to get us to come out of that at any cost. Okay, he's going to try anything he can, and that's what he wants. He wants us to leave the spirit. So it says endure, to undergo or to suffer, especially without breaking, and that's what we got to do. That's why we got to remain strong in Yahweh Shai, because it's a hard thing to do. Okay, but we got to endure it, which is what, to undergo or to suffer without breaking, especially without breaking, right? So it says, put on the armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay, and the armor pretty much goes into the spirit, right? Once you had the spirit on you, you're able to endure whatever is thrown your way, right? It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this spiritual world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. See, it's not. We don't have to make this a physical battle, right? We don't have to make this a physical battle. This is a spiritual battle. Spirits are going to become now. When if you fail in the spirit, it can turn into a physical battle, right? Like if you're dealing with a person, I mean, either way, it could turn into a actual physical battle, right? But for the most part, this is a spiritual battle, and the reason why I say for the most part is because sometimes, because like for an example, uh, we see Yahushua he stayed in the spirit, but he got touched, right? We see Saul, well Paul, Apostle Paul, he stayed in the spirit, but he got touched, right? So there are times where it will get physical, but even matter of fact, even the physical is a spiritual thing, okay? Because as we're going through things physically, we still have to maintain the spirit, and once we maintain the spirit, the physical becomes nothing, right? The physical becomes nothing. Like if somebody hits you, that is a physical thing, but spiritually you're going to understand, okay, uh, this is no matter what, I'm not supposed to deal into the flesh. Which flesh? Anger, malice, retaliation, revenge, all these different things. So if somebody hits you and you retaliate, that's of the flesh, right? That's of the flesh. That's something that we not supposed to do, right? That's something that we're not supposed to do. So although things could be physical, at the end of the day, it is a spiritual battle, okay? And that's where we're wrestling up against spirits, right? It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. And right now we're in that evil day, okay? We're in that evil day because right now wickedness is at an all-time high, okay? It has never been. It has never been as high now as it was before. Like it's literally at an all-time high right now. It's out of control, really. Right? This is the worst kingdom that there has ever been. Right? It says, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth, and having on a breastplate of righteousness. And we know that truth is love, right? And we know what righteousness is. Righteousness is rewarding. Well, a part of righteousness is rewarding good for evil. Basically, just walking in the spirit is righteousness, right? It says, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. See, so we're everywhere you go, you're supposed to have you're supposed to be all about the gospel of peace. That's supposed to be your thing, the gospel of peace. Okay, there's literally the armor of God is going into the spirit. Okay, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, the Holy Spirit, which is the spirit of love. That's what this is getting into, right? When you go to Isaiah 33:6, it tell you that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. That's what this is talking about right here. Okay, the Holy Spirit. That wisdom and knowledge is talking about the Holy Spirit. That wisdom and knowledge is talking about the armor of God. Okay, and the stability of the time is talking about now. That evil day is talking about now. Okay, because we're tempted plenty of ways, right?